You answer are all correct. Okay, next everyone, learning is an endless journey towards knowledge. So let's learn about density and buoyancy material this morning with emphasis.
Hello, friends. Seems my voice has changed a bit due to the cold. Anyway, today we will learn about floating and sinking. Have you ever wondered why some things float and some things sink? Let's learn about floating and sinking today. What causes some things to float and some to sink? Well, it's all about something we call density. Don't worry, let me explain this. Everything around us is made up of small molecules. In some objects, tiny little objects called molecules are tightly packed together, and in others, they are loosely packed together. This is actually what density means. The objects that are tightly packed together have a higher density, and the more loosely packed objects aren't that dense. Whatever objects sink are more dense. See the stone? These marbles? And yes, these coins. They all sink in water because the molecules are jam-packed in these. Similarly, whatever objects float are less dense, like this rubber ball, this plastic bottle, and this lovely balloon. They all float in water because the molecules are loosely packed in these. Some boats and ships are large and would seem very dense, but they still float. To understand this, let me explain the Archimedes principle. It states that any object immersed in a fluid is acted upon by an upward or buoyant force equal to the weight of the fluid displaced by the object. The ship has a long and wide base, because of which the amount and weight of water displaced by it increases. So, as the weight of displaced water increases, the buoyant force exerted by the water also increases, and the ship floats on water. So, if the buoyant force is equal to the object's weight, then the object will float. If the buoyant force is less than the object's weight, then the object will sink. But you must have heard in the news about some ships that sink in water. When the weight of the ship is more than the maximum possible upthrust, then it sinks to the bottom. Can you show some objects that sink and some objects that float? Yay! Some sinking objects are coins, iron nails, glass, stone and marble, and other things. Some floating objects are bottles, paper clips, cork, plastic balls, and balloons. Now, you know a lot about floating and sinking. I'm going to have some ginger tea for my throat. Bye-bye, friends.
First of all, have you seen the video in the Google Classroom? Yes. After watching the video, have you summarized the content of the video? Yes. Yes. Please explain the content of the video. Okay, Nadir. The video explains the density of a substance of the density of an object. Density in the measurement Next. Density is the measurement of mass per unit volume of an object. The higher the density of an object, the greater the mass per volume. Density is mass of matter. The volume is more than 1 centimeter, and volume and mass ratio. This is a density formula. Rho equal to mass per volume. The unit of density can be expressed in kilogram per meter or gram per centimeter. Example, a cup with a side length of 2 centimeter has a mass of 16 gram. So its density is volume cup equal to 2 centimeter times 2 centimeter times 2 centimeter. So volume cup is 8 centimeter. The density is 16 gram per 8 centimeter equal to 2 gram per centimeter. This density affects the position of an object when placed in water? Yes. Okay, next. Below are some density of object or names of substance in the table. This is related in the law of Archimedes. Archimedes' law reads that an object partly or completely into a liquid will experience an upward force equal to the weight of the liquid it moves. So, this law explains the relationship between gravity and upward force on an object if it is put into water. As a result of the upward lifting force or buoyant force, of course, objects that are in liquid will experience a reduction in weight. As a result, objects lifted in water will feel lighter than when lifted on land. Object is floating, hovering, and sinking. Some objects experience the even below according to their mass. First, density of object equal to density of liquid hovering object. And number 2, density of object more than density of liquid floating object. And number 3, density of object less than density of liquid sinking object, such as the picture. everyone, please to